Welcome back, guys. I'm still getting quite a few comments, quite a few questions in the comments about how you train a town to grow the way you want in terms of the residential, commercial, and industrial. So I'm going to quickly show you an extreme example. Now, since the last episode, I've put in a couple of bus routes in Martyville and done a little bit of work around the station, put in quite a nice bus station down here. I'll just show you the. Well, actually, I can use that. Just show you the routes quickly. This one's not particularly visible, but you know, should I change the colour of that route? Let's change the colour of that route so we can actually see it. Let's make it pink. There we go. So we've got one route going up this side of the town, and one route going up this side of the town, and there's just a couple of bus stops on each. But that gives us complete coverage of Martyville. So that's awesome. So we should start to see some increasing passenger numbers down here. Oh, and we've got passengers wandering onto the platform. Good. I've put 4 buses on each of the routes. And I'm losing my voice today. Oh, look at this. Oh, we've got lots of people on this. Look, it's crowded. Oh, awesome. You're going to get off. There we go. Oh, look, we've got a nice bunch of people. Okay, so that's looking good. You know what? Let's turn on stations and bus stops for a second, just so that we can see. Well, there's not too many people waiting, but the buses are definitely bringing passengers down. Oh, another bunch of passengers. Let's have a look. 13, 14, and there's another bus load of passengers coming in. That's going to be like 20. Oh, nice. And more passengers flooding down there. How many? So we've got capacity of 38. We're already carrying 24. Okay, that bodes very, very well. Okay, let's go down and have a look at Alderbeest. So, Alderbeest is a town that I want to change quite dramatically. Let's have a look at the RCI. So, we have got the commercial up here, like on the beach. And I suppose you could argue, well, it's a seaside town and it's got all the commercial along the coast. Yeah, we could do that, but I think it'd be nice to have the commercial over by the railway station, move the residential like along the coast up here, and then, to be honest, the industry can go wherever it wants. But this is quite an extreme example, so I'm going to show you how I would do this. So let's pause the game for a second while I do this. So what I want is the commercial to move over here, the residential to move over there. So the buildings tend to grow next to buildings of the same colour. Okay, so what I want is to keep these commercial buildings over this side and keep these residential buildings over this side, and then knock down everything else. So this is going to be quite extreme. Now you need a lot of money if you're going to do this, because as you can see, this is costing quite a lot. Like, these buildings are 400,000 a piece to knock down. Now, right, so all of this area we want to get rid of the residential to give room for the commercial to grow down here. So let's get rid of all of this. And it's a good idea to like clear out a full block, because the buildings will tend, like if you've got one building in there, they'll be more likely to grow into that. You know what, that over there, I might kind of leave that over there. So that'll be residential going around the outside. So I want to get rid of, do I want to get rid of this? I kind of do want to get rid of this. That industrial building can go. We'll get rid of the residential from here, because this is where I want the commercial to grow. And the same here and the same here, so I want to get rid of these. And as you can see, I've knocked down, like, I'm going to end up knocking down the majority of the town. This area here, we'll get rid of the commercial as well. Okay, and I want to get rid of that commercial building there. Okay, so Now, let's... oh, no, I want to get rid of these two down there as well. Right, now let's crank it up. And we'll see where stuff starts to grow. Now, residential, I don't mind residential growing around here. And I don't mind it growing, obviously, round into this area. What we don't want, though, is the commercial growing up here, which is what it's doing. Oh, look, now this is more like it. Commercial growing over this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be fairly aggressive. I'm going to get rid of all of these commercial buildings. Because I don't want the commercial growing out that way. I want it growing out this way. And now it's starting to grow here where I want it. Excellent. The residential is growing in here, that's fine, but I don't want it in this block. So I'm going to get rid of that and hope that we start to get some more growing out this way. It's upgrading around the coast, that's beautiful. I don't want that in industrial building there, do I? No. Get rid of that. Try to encourage the commercial to come down here and around here. I might get rid of these two. In fact, these three. You know what? I'm going to do it. Let's push those out. Now, I don't mind the industry growing around here. Now, the other thing that I could do is try and encourage the town with a few roads. So what we'll do is we'll put a road maybe around here, maybe going into there. We want a bit more room there, I think. So instead of taking you into there, maybe take you into there like that. Yep. Let's do that. And then I'll want to grab my smoothing tool, just smooth that off there a little bit, and then smooth this off here quite a lot. There we go. Okay, look, we've started to grow the commercial into this area. Now, I don't want that building there, so we'll knock that down. Awesome. Now, once I've redesigned the town the way I want it, then I'll put my bus routes in. Now, I did a little bit of this over in Martyville. I still want the commercial to grow more over into this area. So let's clear out this block here, try and get the commercial to grow more into here. I don't want that residential building there. And let's start to push the commercial over in that direction. So let's get rid of the commercial in that block there. Get rid of that. We don't want that one there. And I think we can take that one out. We'll let residential grow here. And I don't really want this commercial growing down here. Eventually, I want the residential to be growing in this direction. So I'm going to take that out. Let's put in another road. Now, I kind of want a kind of a coastal road along here. So let's have a road coming out. Yeah, I want more of a curve than that. Let's have more of a curve. Like, oh, come on. Okay, let's point you in like that and then hook you up like that. That's a little better. It kind of follows the coast a little bit. So let's put that in there, and then we'll have a couple of roads kind of fanning out. There we go. Oh, and we have now got the Russian class SU, 71 miles an hour. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna just let that grow. I think, you know what, I might get rid of that and get rid of a bit of this to try and get it to grow more over this. Don't want industry growing in there. Don't want industry growing in there. Right, let's head back over to Al the Beast. How are we doing? Oh, yes. We are growing in this direction. Good. What we don't want is this residential in here, so get rid of those residential buildings. Oh, no, definitely don't want residential in here. Get rid of all of that. And we can move these commercial buildings over here. No, don't want you there. You, I guess, can grow there. But let's get rid of these 4. Get out of there. Now, they will try and grow back. But you've just got to be persistent with them. But, of course, it is a bit expensive. And after much patience and perseverance, look at that. Al the Beast, we've got all the commercial now in here. And the residential is growing, and it's slowly creeping round to this area. It keeps trying to grow in here, and I keep trying to stop it. And if see, look, another building popping up there. It's slowly creeping around this area, and I think that's awesome, having the residential all around the coast Look, it's growing in. Hooray! That has taken a while. You can kind of see we're up to 2.5 billion. We were at like 2 billion at the start of the episode, so it has taken a while. As well as doing this, I've also been doing Martyville, and Martyville has come on quite a lot. Started to grow in on the other side of the tracks now, filling in down into this area. Beautiful. And I've moved the goods deliveries so that they're in the right area. So we're now delivering the goods to this area now, which is covering all of this. See, like this building here I don't want. Get rid of that. That, I don't know. I kind of don't really want that at the moment, but there's no more residential to... Well, there is some more residential to... Oh, that's all the beast. There's no more residential to grow over here, I don't think, at the moment. So it's kind of hard to stop this growing into this area. But if we can get some more residential and get it to grow down, I'd love the residential to grow down into this area, around this bit of coast. It's, you really, when you start doing stuff like this, you really start to get attached to the towns because you know them so well, because you spend so much time with them. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Look, oh, look, all these lovely houses on the beach. I could do with them. I could probably do with like a secondary road coming in front of these ones. This road is like, it just needs to be a little bit further out. Loving it. Loving it. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get rid of out the base now. So what are we up to? 270 shopping facilities. 132 goods demanded. Excellent. What about over in Martyville? Over in Martyville, we're up to 140 goods demanded. That is awesome. That is really awesome. So our this red line, which is shipping food up here and goods down here, should be doing pretty well now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the finances. Look how the finances have gone up over the last few years as I've been playing around with these cities. And now, I mean, obviously, some of this is due to the fact that we've added the rail network in and added the bus routes in. So how many connections has Martyville got now? 3,500. BEA Uniform and Al the Beast has... See, it's only got 1310, which is kind of weird. We need that to go up more so that this grows more. It's still doing reasonably well though, and the goods is starting to increase. As the demand increases, it produces more, ships more out, which is awesome. You know what, let's just go and check on the goods factory and see how the goods factory's doing over here. The goods factory's over here. So what are you up to now? Oh, look at this. We are at maximum production. We still need to upgrade to the final level. Need to ship a little bit more. We've got 141 to Martyville, 131 to Al the Beast, which adds up to 272. Which is where we're at the moment. If they could just grow a little bit bigger, we'll get that last upgrade. We're like halfway there already, so it will happen. It will happen. How about food going the other way? Let's go and have a look at the food processing plant is over here. Same kind of thing. We need to grow those towns a little. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. We've got lots of other things to do. Oh, let's have a look at profitability. Well, first of all, let's see how have we been doing. We've been making 37 million. In fact, +2, almost 40 million. Same here, almost 40 million. So 39 here, 32. So money is awesome. What we need to do is get rid of any negatives and improve our positives. So let's see what's going on. Al Zero and Al Marty are losing a little bit of money passenger wise at the moment, but I'm guessing that that's gonna improve over time. We're up to 45 of 76 passengers on Al Marty. Now, Al Zero, I would have thought that would have been kind of flying, and it's not. We're only picking up like 38 passengers. Now, why is... You know what? let's have a look at this, because something's not quite right. So, what's up with Sirota? Now, let's have a look. Coverage from the station is virtually everything anyway, and we've got a bus route coming out to these two, which is covering this area. So we've got transport coverage to the whole place. So that's not the issue. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got 95 passengers that want to go to Kirkpatrick, but not so many passengers that want to come down to Al the Beast. Now, why is that? Now we've got another train coming in here. If I can click on it, here we go. We've got 34 passengers coming in. That's nice. Now, are any of them going to go on to Al? No, they're not. That's a little bit weird. I would have kind of expected the more traffic down to Al the Beast. And we've definitely got... well, you know what? I was going to say we've got the public transport in, but I haven't put the bus routes in, have I? No, that is the problem. All right, let's have a look. So, let's bring up our lines. No, we've got no public transport. That's the problem. All right, well, let's crank it up. So what do we want? I've got a bus station here. All we need to do is put in some bus stops. So what do I want? I want bus stops. So how are we going to do this? So we want one line coming up probably into this corner up here. So maybe, let's see, maybe we'll have a bus stop in there, and maybe one up here. There's a nice little turnaround spot there. And then we want something out in this area. So we want to come out probably, let's have a stop there. And then maybe one out here that will cover all of this area. Actually, you know what? We need one closer to cover this. So let's put a stop there and a stop, say, there. Alrighty. So let's get a couple of lines going. New line. This one's going to go from the bus station out there, and back to Peshawar Road. And then we'll have another new line. And this one's going to go from the bus station out. Now, yeah, I haven't done this particularly well, but you know what? It'll go there, then back to 4th Street and Takashita Street. Alright, sweet. Okay, that'll do nicely. Right, we want some buses, and I don't have a depot in here, so I've got to find a spot for a depot, and I tell you what, that's not the easiest thing in the world. Let's get road depot. Where on earth am I going to put this? I'm actually thinking this is going to have to be kind of out of town a little bit. Maybe on this little spot here. Maybe kind of there. Yep, that'll do. So let's put in, what do we want? Probably like 3 on that one, 4 on that one maybe. All right, so we'll go with Gaganos. Oh, I should turn the date speed back up, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's go back up to normal speed. Gaganos. So 1, 2, 3 are going to go onto line 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4 going to go onto line 2. There we go. All right, now that should make a significant difference to the amount of people that want to come down to Al the Beast, because now they can actually get to all the places. So we had a few people wanting to go to Sirota. Let's go back up to Sirota. Whoa, hello. My keyboard's gone funny again. I don't know why this happens, but it does every so often. My keyboard gets weird. Let's try that again. It goes run away. Let's go back to Sirota. And Sirota. So now we're starting to see some people wanting to go down to Al the Beast. That's what we want. Awesome. So you know what? We need to let that run for a little while now and just kind of settle down. So let's go back and look at our line statistics. So hopefully these 2 lines should start making some serious money now with a bit of luck. Now we've got this this tram route that I put in last episode This is there to feed the airport, and we've just got too many trams on that line. So let's sell one of these trams. You know what? You'll do. Let's sell you. Cut that down a bit. What else? Is there anything else that really needs attention? Kind of like, not really. This Honkelbrief line that just disappeared. Yeah, you know what? It's obviously not losing on a regular basis, so that's good. The ships I'm not too worried about. There's the blue train. It pops into negative for a bit, but then pops out again. Alright, let's go have a look. Now, hang on a second. I just saw two lines, LB Bart 1 and 2, that doesn't have any vehicles on it. Oh, now let's go and have a look at this, because have I just replaced the lines and forgotten to put vehicles back on, or what? You know what? Do we have any lines in Barton? Yeah, I've got one line coming out that side. So what line is that? That's LB Barton 1. So let's sort this by line. LB Bart 1. These are just old lines. They can go. They can go. So LB Bart 1 and 2. Where are you? LB Bart 1 and 2. So that one can go. And that one can go. Okay, tidies that up a little bit. Now let's have a look at the profitable lines then. So flip you around. Everything looking kind of nice. Now, where are our airplanes? Because our airplanes, the last time I looked, they were making about 700,000. Here's our airplanes. AP Cry Blind. Making 630. 675, almost 700,000. That is awesome. We need a lot more planes. Let's have a look at our stations. Let's have a look at our town statistics, because I know you guys like to keep an eye on the towns and their growth and whatever. So let's have a flip this around to... So this is the station condition. I'm just seeing where we've got... So Crytown, we probably need to have a look at. We've now got the emissions. I'm actually thinking, is this a new thing? The emissions? I don't know. That's a good point. But it just shows you where your emissions are really bad. And basically everywhere that I've put in transport is very bad, which is fair enough. All right, we're not going to worry about that. What we're interested in is the growth. And Honkelbrief and Guggets are up the top at 280, 290 in Honkelbrief City. And I tell you what, Honkelbrief City is a place that I'm going to have to do some work on. And I've come up with an idea. Because I've got this bridge going across these islands, but it's so restrictive. And I want to put in another passenger line that hooks up to Kirkpatrick. Right, we've got the lines ready. The problem is the congestion is going to be a nightmare. So, and the city is starting to encroach out onto the farmland. Look, we're growing roads out here. Now, obviously, I could stop that, but the town needs to grow somewhere. So I think that I'm going to fill in this part of the bay here. So we'll have the coastline coming around like this. We'll fill this in and make this solid land, and then we can expand this out and have more tracks. Then I can have this cargo track going in on this side. We'll switch the cargo trains. I'll switch the platforms around to this side, and then we can have we can expand this out to probably. Well, you know what? This might end up being 5 or even 6 tracks coming out this way. So that's the plan for Honkelbrief, but that's going to be a build episode. That'll be another time. What else do we want? We've got like fair passenger numbers around the place, but the question is, are we overloading the station or are they reasonable? Corp, Satch, so yeah, they're still kind of sort of reasonable at the moment, but we might want to do some upgrades. Now, talking of upgrades, let's do an upgrade over, where are you? Over here on Cry Island, because we're still running these, what are they? What are these planes called? Can't remember. These are, it doesn't, I've got to mouse over it. Oh, the Junkers F-13. We want to upgrade these to the new Dorniers that we got. So, let's have a look, shall we? We want to manage vehicle. Take that vehicle off, so we're now managing all of them. And we want to replace these with these Dornier Merkers. It's going to cost me 5 million to replace those. Let's do it, because we go up from 85 miles an hour, 3 passengers, to 109 miles an hour and 5 passengers. So that's going to increase the profitability. So let's do it. Let's replace. Boom. Oh, look at that. And there they go. So now you've got 5 on board. Look at the people waiting. So we could definitely fill these easily. Should we, you know what, let's slow this down. Let's have a little bit of a look at our new Dorniers. Because these are considerably more substantial than the old Junkers. Do we jump on board, have a bit of a... Go on, we'll jump on board. I guess we've got it. Oh, look, we've got a plane coming in. Little bang, and then... Beautiful. Good landing. All right. You're gonna land, or are you waiting for another plane to come in? There's the next plane over there. No, we've got permission to take off. Let's back off a little bit. And off we go. Up comes the tail, and we're in the air. Oh, we've got so many awesome airplanes to look forward to. It's going to be sweet. Now, I wonder what that's going to do to our profitability. Oh, look at that bloke shifting about in his seat. Keep still, mate. Don't be nervous just because you're in a a flying crate. And we're up to cruising altitude. You know what? That's enough of that. This is not a ride video. This is an optimized video. So, that is going to improve things on this line. Let's have a look. We want to look at the line. We want to look at the finances. And we want to crank this up. We'll have to come back and see. But I would imagine we'll be making I mean, that's going to virtually double the profits on that line. So we're going to be making like a... What, million? Probably 1.25, 1.25 million, something like that. All right, cool. What else can we do? I want to look at the stations now. So let's have a look at the station statistics. And we want to see if we've got any places that are overloaded. Yes. Granville Road, which is obviously a bus station. But I want to kind of pick the bigger ones first. Now, we've got like 300 passengers waiting at Alextown, and it's starting to overload. And Barton Central as well, we've got almost 400 people waiting. You know what? Let's go. Let's start with Barton Central. Yes, we've got an overload of passengers wanting to go to Kirkpatrick, and this is a direct result of us upgrading Al the Beast. Now we've got more passengers wanting to go through Kirkpatrick down Sarota, Al the Beast, Martyville. So let's up the capacity. What do we want? Oh, we have now got the Igorov 22 and the Deal 1000 Wit. Now that is obviously a passenger carriage. This, what is that, tram? Don't know what that is. Right, so let's see. Let's have a look at the Barton Kirkpatrick line. Okay, well, we just need an extra carriage on here. We're already at 3, so I guess we're going to 4. So let's. No, I didn't want to manage the line. I wanted to manage the vehicles. TP Bart. Come on. TP Bart Kirk. Here we go. So we want to replace these with. Now, we could speed these trains. Oh, well, we're already running actually the Russian Class S. Now, we've now got the SU. Now, what's the difference between the S and the SU? The speed is the same, 71. but it is considerably more powerful. So how about we started upgrading them? And I tell you what, these are much nicer looking trains. Yeah, we're going to start doing some upgrading to these SUs. So we want the SU, 71 miles an hour. Now, we've also got these Igorov passenger cars. Let's filter out. So the Suburban is 62 miles an hour, 19. This is 62.20. So the speed is the same. Oh, look, the loading speed is higher on the Suburbans. It's 4 times loading speed. These are only 2 times loading speed. The weight, and these are lighter as well. Like, why the hell would I want to go to the Igorovs? Huh. I'm seriously looking at this and thinking, why on earth would I want to change? Well, we're going to stick with the Suburbans then, even though these are actually nicer looking. So what are, we were running 3, so we want to go to 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Replace those. That's going to cost me 13 million. Now let's have a look at these new locomotives, because these are much nicer. Oh yeah. Much easier on the eye. Let's actually slow it down a little bit and enjoy. So we're limited to 62 miles an hour by our passenger coaches at the moment. Hopefully we'll get an upgrade in the not too distant future and we can start running these services a bit faster. So you've only picked up 57 passengers. I'm guessing that was your previous capacity before we added the fourth coach. So I tell you what, let's crank up the speed, go up to Barton. So let's see, we were so we're around 300. What we want to see is these numbers going down. So we're at 325. You're going to pick up quite a few. We're down to 250. Okay, cool. So hopefully that's going to get those numbers down. Excellent. All right, let's go have a quick look at Kirkpatrick. So Kirkpatrick, oh, we've got a couple of hundred people waiting on the Corpse Hatch line. Let's see if we've got the same issue in Corpse Hatch, because we could maybe put an extra carriage on there. Corpse Hatch Honkelbrief. Now, Corpse Kirk, we've only got like 100 people waiting, so we'll leave that. But Corpse Honkelbrief, we've got 236. What am I looking at? I want to look at this. But no, we haven't got a lot of people waiting here, so we don't want to upgrade that. Let's go back to our station statistics. That's town statistics, station statistics. Okay, so what's next on the agenda? Oh, Sirota. Yes, we need bigger trains. And we've now got the Russian Class FD. 53 miles an hour. That's going to be another freight train. I probably need to upgrade my freight trains fairly soon. Let's go look at Kirk Sirota. So we're currently running 2 passenger cars. Obviously, we need to increase that. So manage vehicles. And we'll take the opportunity, no, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll take the opportunity to upgrade to the new SU. And we want 1, 2, 3 of these Suburbans. Replace. Boom. And I tell you what, while we're doing this, let's look at our lines. Let's just go to Vehicle Manager. So, Honkelbrief Guggets. Now, kind of interested to see. If we look at the finances, we're just about kind of breaking even on this line. So we've got too many cars on here because we're not running full. So how's about, now we're running SCHs on this line, and we kind of need to keep running SCHs unless I split off the cargo trains or I speed up the cargo trains. So we're going to have to live with these, but let's go, what do I want? Steam locomotive. So we'll stick with an SCH for now. I really want to improve the speed though. I'd love to go to the SUs. You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to segregate the cargo, the freight lines. We'll do that next episode. But for now, we'll stick with SCH. But we'll drop this down to, now we're running Putalovs on here, aren't we? Yep. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's run 7 then. Hopefully start to make a bit of a profit. To be honest, 6 is probably enough, but we'll stick with that. What do I want to do? Replace. Boom. Oh, I've put 2 engines on. Bonehead. Try that again. What did I want? Steam. 1 SCH and passengers. Please lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Replace. There we go. Okay, so hopefully these guys will start making a bit of a profit. Be nice. What's going on here at Kirkpatrick? Corpse Hatch Kirkpatrick, 221. Do we have a corresponding Corpse Hatch Kirkpatrick? 150. Okay, we could think about expanding that. Well, we're already running 5. Do we want to go up to 6? Well, you know what? It's probably only going to get busier, so I'm actually going to do it. Now, have I got freight trains running on that line? And the answer is I have, but only for part of the line. So I'm going to upgrade these trains because let's face it, we want to, don't we? So instead of increasing the carriages, I'm just going to increase the speed of the train. That'll increase our capacity. So replace with, we'll go to an SU and passenger cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these have got higher capacity than these anyway. So that's increasing our capacity as well. So do it. Boom. Corpse Hatch Kirk. There we go. Oh, look at you flying along. You know what? I want to go in and have a closer look at this train. Let's slow you down. Because I just want to look up here. I've got a little cabin with like windows for the driver and the engineer. It's very nice, very considerate. Putting in some skylights for the driver. You know, I actually want to go inside. Let's have a little look inside. Let's go in here. Oh, you've actually got like a wheel. It's like, yeah, it doesn't work, but it makes me feel better. I don't actually touch it because I'm scared of it because I don't know what it does. You've actually got some levers and some dials and stuff in here. And then look, he's got his little skylights. That's very cool. You got your whistle and everything. My God, these drivers are well looked after. And we're now using coal rather than wood for the boilers. Increasing the steam pressure, increasing the power. And I've got bits of blooming catenary all over the place. I really need to clean those up. I might go around after this episode and just rip out all of these, all of the catenaries because they are awful. Oh, awesome! We've got the Fuso now. The Fuso is a fairly significant upgrade. Let's have a look at our bus lines. You know what? Let's go to Vehicle Manager. Let's increase the size. So we want to look like all of our LBs. We don't have any intercity lines now. We've only got local bus lines. But all of these places, we can start upgrading to these Fusos. Now, it's a pretty significant upgrade. If we look, we're going from... it's not even on the list now, the ducks. But the ducks was 25 miles an hour, and I think it was like 6 or 7 capacity. The Fusos are up to 31 miles an hour, 10 capacity. So what I'm going to have to do is go through and like upgrade all of these. So we're going to replace all of these with Fusos. All the Duxes and all of the Gaganows will replace with Fusos now. Fuso, replace. And you know, there's quite a lot to replace. So I'm not going to do them all now with you watching, but I just kind of wanted to show you the process that I'm going to go through in between this episode and the next episode. So what did I just do? Just did blind. So what I'm going to do is go through. I'll upgrade all of the vehicles like this. And then what I'm going to have to do is let it run for a little bit. and then go to the profitability and start seeing where we've got lines now. What I should do is just filter this by road vehicles, and then look and see where we're making losses with the Fusos. Look at the like if we're making a loss. I mean, you can already see where the frequencies are like very high. I mean, a 31-second frequency is way too high, and it's why we're losing money. So we can start selling off these vehicles. 38 seconds, way too much. Let's sell you off. 51. You know what? Even 51 seconds. I really, you want these over 60 seconds. Below that, it's going to be very, very difficult to make money on these lines. So let's get rid of you. And in fact, this line, LB Blind 2, there's 0 passengers on it at the moment. I actually think I need to go back to Blind Archangeles and redesign the bus routes, because they're just not working. And I've already redesigned them, but I think they need to be redesigned again because they're just not working. But it's yeah, it's kind of difficult with the layout. But look at some of these tower blocks that we're getting now. Oh, it's awesome. Let me turn off the icons so we can actually enjoy the view. Oh man, I tell you what, this is going to look like LA when it's done, when all of this stuff grows up. It's going to be awesome. How's Alex Town on the Thomas doing? Look at these buildings growing up to match the headquarters building. That's impressive. Wow. Look at Guggets growing. Honkelbriff as well. Loving it. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much all I can do. I have got so much work to do with these Fusos. I suppose I should actually show you a Fuso, shouldn't I? Before we're done. Here we go, these are the Fusos. Let's have a quick look at you. And it's kind of like half car, half bus. It's a very, very weird vehicle, I have to say. But we are definitely moving into the modern era now. Look, he's got his bowler hat on. No more top hats. There'll be bowler hats from now on. Very modern. Oh, there's another Fuso on the opposite side. But look, they're running with virtually no passengers. It's like the odd one passenger here and there, which is not really good enough. So yeah, I will go through, after this episode, I'll upgrade all of the bus lines to the Fusos, and then I'll spend a little bit of time looking at the lines, thinning out the vehicles if needed. Because look, I mean, you look at this line, we're losing 50,000. We're carrying 18 passengers of a possible 90. So yeah, we definitely want to lose some vehicles from this. So I'll be just going around and selling odd vehicles. Or you? Oh, I've got an autosave going on. There we go. And maybe another one. No, you've got 2 passengers. You've got no passengers. Let's get rid of you. There we go. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll improve the profitability and improve all of the speeds of all of the buses and whatever. And that should have a knock-on effect, because as you speed up transport, people do seem more likely to use it. And that's going to put more people on the train lines. That's going to have us upgrading the trains more. I'm loving this. I'm loving the growth. How are we doing? Let's have one last look at Kirkpatrick Station. How are we doing passenger-wise? We're still keeping up the passenger numbers. Beautiful. Are you full, Mr. Train? Oh, yes, you're full. Kirkpatrick, Sorota. Let's have a look at Sorota Station. Oh, look at this. 250 people waiting to go to Kirkpatrick. How are we doing down at Al the Beast? Yeah, not too bad. We have got people waiting to go to Marty. One thing I am going to do, I think, is put an airport over here outside Martyville and have planes going over to Penguin Island. What do we think of that idea? If you've got a view, leave me a comment. And if you've got a view on anything else, leave me a comment. I will catch you for the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.